Before we begin to understand the venom within Iran to destroy Israel and their claim that Israel will be wiped off the map, I want to remind you that that simply is not going to happen because of divine sovereign protection. That doesn't mean that there might not be some type of war, some type of attempt, but it means God will preserve Israel. Why will God do that? Because with Israel alone, God has made a covenant. Now, if you have your Bible, Genesis 12, 1-3, listen carefully. Now the Lord had said to Abram, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you." Don't miss this. "I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you, all the families of the earth will be blessed." Now, it's important for us to understand that God, through Abraham, created a covenant, and we as believers are grafted in through Jesus Christ. Now, let's define what a covenant is. It's very important. We don't want to just obscure a key Bible word. A covenant is a divine covenant, is a sovereign act of God where where God begins to establish himself in an unconditional, declarative contract with man, obligating himself to bring past specific blessings for the covenanted ones. And so God's covenants are expressed, I will. I will. We see this here in Genesis 12. An unconditional covenant, God alone is responsible for its fulfillment. Now, God's covenant to Israel was through Abraham. And so the Abrahamic covenant forms the basis of the entire covenant program. The Abrahamic covenant affects the doctrine of salvation, what we call in theological terms soteriology, salvation. Believers, through Jesus Christ, enter into the blessings that were promised to Abraham. Jerry, where is that in the Bible? Galatians 3:29. "And if you are Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise." And so the Abrahamic covenant includes three essential things. Now, this is as current as this morning's newspaper. God said to Abraham, "I am going to give you the promise of a national land." Genesis 12:1. Get you out from your country, from your family, from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. This is why we believe that the land of Israel has been given to Israel by God. And secondly, the promise of redemption that is national and universal. Now, when Jesus returns, where will he return? He will return on the Mount of Olives. Zechariah's prophecy says it will split in two. It's interesting, they tell us there is a fault within the Mount of Olives and that it could split into at any time. I know why, because God said. In other words, the land of Israel, where will Jesus set up his millennial kingdom? He's not going to do it in New York or LA. He's going to set up his millennial kingdom in Jerusalem, Revelation chapter 20. So we have a covenant. God has promised. He's promised a land. He promised redemption through Abraham. Jesus was a Jew. And through Jesus Christ, salvation has now been offered all. Genesis 12, verse 3. "And I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you, all the families of the earth will be blessed." And so we have the promise of innumerable descendants to form a great nation. Genesis 12:2, "I will bless you as a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." Now, when you go to Revelation 21, it tells us that in heaven someday, all the nations are going to gather around the throne. It's the word ethnic. All of the nations of the world, God is calling out a people. One of my seminarians at Acadia University, Divinity College in Halifax, said that Jesus was actually revealing himself to Muslims in some of the darkest corners of the earth. Yes, it's true what Jim said a moment ago. It's almost apostolic how the Spirit of God is reaching out to men and women. And so our message is to everyone. Yes, God has a special plan, a covenant with Israel. We're included in that covenant through Jesus Christ. Redemption is offered to all. Let's remember that as next week we hear about venom and threat against Israel, knowing that God will protect the people that He has made a covenant with, and we through Christ are a part of that covenant. We are safe in Jesus.